Good afternoon and welcome back to Channel World Seed here in Lisbon on day 2 of the Congress. Now, so often at the Congress, conversations really focus around innovation, around trade. So this is a really exciting conversation because we're bringing it back to community, to people, to social impact. So really excited to be introducing you all to the ISF Legacy Project. Now, this is a multi-year initiative launched alongside the World Seed Congress here in Lisbon. The project brings together the seed sector, students and local partners to grow crops for donations to the Lisbon Food Bank, while also giving students practical agricultural experience and creating a lasting impact beyond the Congress itself. So that's something really important to discuss today. It also builds on an existing Solidarisa initiative that has connected students of agricultural production and food donation efforts for more than a decade, which you'll hear about shortly. It's about collaboration between students, academia, industry and civil society, and really demonstrating how the seed sector can create meaningful impact within local communities. So I'm absolutely delighted to be joined by 3 fantastic panelists here with me. We've got to my far right here, we have Ines Vaquinhas. She is from Solidarisa and she represents the student-led initiative who's helping drive this project on the ground. Next to her we have Silvia Benquerença. She is the Secretary General of ANSEME, representing the Portuguese seed sector and helping build collaboration across industry partners. And to my right we have Isabel Jonet, who is the President of the Portuguese Federation of Food Banks, who has supported the initiative very much from its early beginnings. So I'm going to come to Isabel first, because I'm going to take you back to the beginning of this story, the year 2011, when 2 students came to you with an idea. Can you tell us a little bit about it?
Thank you for this invitation, and nice to have you here with us. It was really amazing, because 2 students from Agriculture University come to Food Bank and explain that they would like to start an idea of growing some cereals to feed people in need by Lisbon Food Bank. And so for us it's very important to leave seeds, and these seeds are the seeds of solidarity. So putting together real seeds with volunteering and the civil intervention, it was really great. And so after all these years, we have this project that is sustainable and that keeps on going with more partners, but I think that with more enthusiasm from the students that take the lead and want to grow it, leaving every program leaves seeds of solidarity in the students that participate.
And of course, 2 students. Now we'll hear from Ines shortly about how many students are now working on this project. Did you imagine over a decade later it would grow in this size, and what do you think's behind that? What has sort of led to where it is today?
I think that I couldn't imagine, because I am from a family of agricultures, and I know the importance of land and the importance of agriculture in our lives, because it's nature, and nature is so important for humanity. And in this area of technologies, I think that agriculture helps us being really human. And so when these students came, I thought that it was really a good idea, but I thought that maybe it was just 1 year. Yeah. And then it was another year, and then it was another year, and now I think that we believe that is an ongoing, really great idea, and Solidarisa is well implemented in the university, in the students, but I think that several partners want to participate because it is very engaging in a social responsible way.
And just before I move on to Ines, at the food banks, how are you supporting these students? I mean, what is your relationship like with them, and how have you guided them over the last decade?
So, first of all, we motivate them.
Okay.
And we were there when they started, and also we could help them with what we can do and what we cannot do. because we cannot do everything.
Yeah.
And there are some cultures that we cannot really grow because they are not good when they will be collected. And then we partner for boxes, for transportation, and also for engaging our partners in this project with the students.
Well, let's hear from one of those students. Ines, you've been part of this for about a year now. How did you find out about this, and what's the experience been like?
So, thank you first of all for inviting me. Thank you for you two to be here. So, the project got to me firstly by the last president of Solidarisa. On my first days at university grounds, he came to me and he asked me like, "Are you interested in this initiative? We donate to the food bank, we grow food, we grow vegetables, we do cereal crops." And I was like, okay, maybe it's a good opportunity for me to explore, to see more, and to have a more practical view of things. And then I got into it, and it's one of the things I love to do the most at my university.
I remember during our briefing session, you did talk about sometimes university can be very theory heavy, and this has been an opportunity, you've just said there, to be much more hands-on. I mean, what has it meant personally for you as a student?
It meant that I could use the theoretical subjects I was learning, all the theoretical information I was getting, and apply it on the ground. Yeah. The subjects I have are really turned to what the earth can give us. And I was really curious to know what I could do with that information. How could I applicate it in some way? Yeah. And it's got me a really nice view of what we can all do when we have the information and we have the ability to use it.
And of course, we've already heard from Isabel about the role of the food banks in this. What does that mean for you to see that you're growing crops that are then going to these food banks as well? What has that been like for you to see that firsthand and be involved in it?
It's a really nice feeling of realization at the end of the day, because we grow things, we see them grow, we planted them, we help them to grow, and when we go to harvest them, and then we go back to Isabel, to the food bank, and we see the happiness with the people of the food bank receive us, and how happy they are to receive the food we grow. Yeah. It's amazing. It's really gratifying, a gratifying experience.
And I'll bring you in here, Sylvia, because one of the big reasons why this is growing is, of course, because of partnerships. And from the perspective of the Portuguese seed sector, why was it so important for ANSEME and other industry partners to support this initiative?
Well, first of all, thank you, Claire. I'm very happy to be here and to have the opportunity to talk about such an inspiring initiative. I have to say that I have never thought from that perspective, why it's important. For me, it just makes sense, because after all, seed is the beginning of everything. So, and I'm here now, and I truly believe that I will find many people who agree with me. So, I mean, it's the perfect match. We have at the beginning of the process the seed, okay? So it must be. And at the end of the process, we have a food bank. Yeah. The results of the harvest are donating to food bank, which is, and Isabel is the best person to talk about it, but myself being Portuguese, I know the importance of this institution from a social and the social impact that it has by supporting so many families. And in the middle of the process, we have young students, youth, who on a voluntary basis, and I should underline this because we were all students one day, so voluntary work, they just put everything ongoing. Yeah. And we should not forget that this initiative is producing local food for local people. So I guess that sustainability is also here. So therefore, I think it is the perfect initiative for a legacy project. I mean, when I think about the meaning of the word legacy, I think about leaving something to the next generation, and that is exactly what this project does. So I'm very happy to be part of this, not only pleased but also proud, not personally and also as representative of the seed sector.
I think that word legacy is so important to what's being built here, and that must be, like you say, you're so proud to be a part of that, and that is a huge thing. That ISF is something they wanted to talk about. There is that legacy piece, but from a long-term perspective, what will success, do you think, look like for you with this project?
Yes, well, as now we are part of this project, the idea is to contribute to the continuity and perhaps expansion of this idea. There is so many dedicated people behind this project, so many other ideas with an equal social impact that can be further developed, as I know for sure. And from our point of view, we just have to provide the tools so they can put their job, their work going. And I think it's the perspective. And we can think about many things. Even inside our association, we have a wide range of seed companies. So not only vegetables, but cereals, potatoes, corn, you name it. So maybe we can think about other ideas, other schools perhaps. I mean, sky is the limit. I think it works like that. But I don't know, we can provide help not only by seed donations, and we had this year one of our associates providing the seed, Rick Van. Not only financial support, but also I think we could help providing technical support, because we have the expertise, the knowledge, the experience, and we are we are used to work very close to farmers. So maybe this could help. No, I think you could take it that as well as a tool.
And that really builds on some of the efforts Isabel was talking about. You've obviously been giving those advices, and to have you coming in and support with that technical knowledge is just so interesting. You've heard a bit about the project. You've got 3 fantastic partners all deeply involved. If there are any questions from the audience, or maybe you're interested in getting more involved or being part of it, do raise your hand and I will come to you. There will be a microphone, but I won't stare anyone out, but make sure if there's a question, do there are fingers being pointed at the moment. I will come back to you shortly on that. I'll come to Isabel for now. Collaboration. I mean, that's a key theme that we're talking about. For you, I mean, obviously just hearing what Sylvia is saying right now, what have these partnerships meant for you in building this initiative from something that there was a small student idea that's having real social impact? Like, what does that mean to you and those partnerships?
I would say that this is collaboration and partnership with purpose, and that is amazing, because these students they are starting their lives, and they have contact with this project, and they get more purpose in their lives. First of all, they work together, and if we don't work together, we cannot have a good agriculture and production. Then the purpose of working for families that don't have everyday food to eat, and to give to the children in the families. And then they are really happy when they are in the field, because when I go there, they are always singing and playing. It's incredible, because it's like a practical classroom, but with an engagement that comes from they are sure that their work will feed people. And that is amazing, because if they want, they can go to the families that will receive the product. And so when they started engaging more partners from industry, and they could produce spaghetti, or they could produce canned beans, that was really incredible, because it was just not the field and the culture in the field, that they were looking, but it was really someone that was a meal. And that purpose, I think that is what is keeping going on this project in the students.
I might stay with you for a second. During our briefing call, Isabel shared some pretty amazing figures on the people that you're helping. I know this is not just with this project, but just can you share a bit of a sense of scale of the people you're helping through the food banks? I just think it'd be interesting to hear.
So, Portuguese food banks, we have now 21 food banks all over Portugal, help feeding almost 4% of Portuguese population.
Yeah.
400,000 people receive food from a food bank, and we fight food waste, and we distribute more than 30,000 tons of food every year. That means more than 120 tons a day. And so when we get these fresh products, but these are fresh products that are produced with love. And so this is very important, because I'm sure that more than the seed that was planted in the ground is the seed that is planted in each one of the students that will grow differently in a more sustainable society that we are building together.
And Ines, do you feel quite connected to that kind of final product going out and what Isabella is describing in terms of that storytelling piece and people understanding that whole process of what's happened behind this journey?
The student community we have at Solidarisa, we are really united. We work, like Isabel just said, we work with love. We do it because we like to do it. We don't feel obligated. We don't do it because someone is telling us to do it or anything else. We do this, we want this, because at the end of the day, it makes us happy, and it makes us really happy to know there are people who are really happy with the work we do, because we are giving them something that they need to survive. And if we give them some quality of the products we are producing, and what's getting to their homes is good and it's healthy, it makes us really happy. It makes us really proud.
I mean, it's just amazing. You're so passionate about the work that you're doing. There is, of course, a practical side to that. I mean, what are some of the skills, the experiences that you think that you're taking away from that as part of this as well?
I believe the connection we have with our sponsors, Portuguese agricultural companies, they support us a lot. I mean, they go to extraordinary ways just to make us get some help, technical help, field help, machine help. They do a lot for us, and also they are really happy to do this work for us because they like us. We built a really intricate connection with our sponsors. They are really happy. They invite us to a lot of their events because they like us, not because we are representing the project. No, because they are our friends. We build extraordinary connections with our sponsors because they like what we do and we like their help. So we try our best in both ways to build extraordinary relationships.
Yes, I would say that is because this project has got so much purpose that even the partners see the purpose of the project and of the partnership, and so it's amazing, these projects.
And do you think, a conversation we're often having is how young people see a future in agriculture. Do you think initiatives like this are really changing perspectives towards agriculture, the seed sector? Do you think in a really positive way?
Yeah, I believe they are, because like I said, the connection we have with the outside world, I believe the reality, I guess, it really makes us realize in what ways can we act in the sector. Is it in the seed sector? Is it in the machine sector? The agricultural world? It makes us realize the work we are doing, it has a practical application outside, it's a small scale of what we can do when we get out of university and start working.
Amazing.
It's really important for us to realize that what we are doing, it's like a small experience or preparation for our future work. It's really amazing.
Amazing. We do have a question in the audience. You can patiently wait for a microphone and introduce yourself to our online audience as well.
Thank you so much, Claire and Michael Keller, International Seed Federation. Ines and Alfonso, I think for us, we are here over 1,800 people. We are thinking about food security. We are thinking about nutrition security on the future. And for us, we have a responsibility, and the idea was always, and when we spoke with Silvia, we need to think about, we are thinking global, but at the end, the impact needs to be local. And when we go into a country like here in Lisbon, we really thought, can we find something which can also not only have an impact, but which connects also with IAS, Portugal, and then we discovered Ines and Solidarisa, to have this link to youth of the tomorrow. This is something where it's not about, I would bluntly say, not about big money. It's about, collaboration, increasing understanding, showing how we are functioning, what we can do, but also support. And Isabel, when we went to your food bank, my goodness, we are discovering a world. It's tough because it's about feeding people also in Portugal who are hungry. But when you see this commitment and to bridge with such a small project, things having impact in collaboration with youth, but having impact also to the community input, that's exactly where I see, I would say it also in sense of corporate social responsibility, and that's also where we are here with the Seed Resilience Foundation. Somehow it's about resilience. And this is an example, and certainly we will think about how we can duplicate this, because we know also, Isabel, you were president of all the food banks in Europe. You have all the knowledge also in how we can build this up. It's a small project who needs to grow like the seeds which will happen. Therefore, for me, thanks for all. And the question would be, Ines, in your thinking, what would you think for us also for the next year? What should we do with the youth when we go to Canada or elsewhere?
Yeah.
What is the thing which helps you the most and which also has the impact the most? But again, thanks to all of you. And Sylvia, thanks for the support. And I hope we will continue this project, not this year, but more years to come.
We are just ready to get some contacts.
Pardon, sorry?
If someone wants to apply now, it's the opportunity.
Well, I might put Michael's question to Ines. What can they do to ensure that this is sustainable for future students coming along and join this? We're going to Canada next year for the Congress. How do we involve other students in initiatives, and what's your ask of them?
I believe it's about how we can establish relations and good, practical, meaningful relations with everybody. I believe with Michael, we have talked a lot of times. I've talked to Andres, who's back there. We have built a really interesting relationship over these few meetings we had. It has been a really meaningful one to me. And I believe it's about that. It's about integrating people. It's about not forgetting the work they are doing. And I believe for us students, reach out to help us, because sometimes we don't know how to do it. We don't have the connections, we don't have the contacts, we don't know the ways. And when Yas contacted us, Jose is back there, when Yas contacted us about the Legacy Project, I was interested. I didn't know what it was about, but with my first meeting with Michael and Andres, they explained it to me. I was really interested. I wanted to start acting on the moment, and they helped me understand that help was there. Anything I needed, any help I would need, either practical, technical, anything, they would help me. They were there. And I believe it's important to make students and people who are in these initiatives understand that help is there.
And bringing you, Sylvia, in there as well, you coming on board and supporting this, you're going to be able to provide those networks, those connections, exactly what Michael's saying as well. Like, is that something that you can maybe respond to the question? How can you work with some of these students to ensure that these relationships are being built?
I think I've just said a bit earlier that there is the practical side, okay, so about thinking, providing the tools, inside our seed sector, not only seeds, financial support, technical support as well, but I mean, we can also work together with all the partners involved, define a strategy to engage, and also involve as much partners as we can from across all the agri-food chain. I mean, it's seed is the beginning, but it's not only about seed, because then you need inputs, you need fertilizers, water management, and so everything is what is needed to produce food. And from our perspective, since we have stakeholders, partners, we are involved in this world, maybe we can give a hand on from that perspective. But again, I think that, and Inês mentioned that, and Isabel, that it's our role not only provide the tools, technical tools, but if this is a project that will bring youth to agriculture, I mean, it's our duty to be there, because we want to. This needs to continue and last for the many years. So that I think it's the important.
And for a lot of people here in the studio and online, they might be hearing about this project for the first time, which is amazing to have this platform to share the work that's going on. For any seed companies that are watching, I mean, how can they get involved? What's your message to them, Sylvia, to make so they can, I guess, embolden the project to drive it forward? What is your message to them?
As I just said, I mean, this is for me. It makes so sense that. Why shouldn't we be part? And especially all the partners from the agri-food sector should be in this, because this is a legacy. So we need to pay attention to the next generation. So if you want to continue working in this, I think it is the key. And when we hear a student like Inês talking is so passionate, in such a passionate way. You see that this is the seed that we want to see in our daily lives.
It does make a difference when you're hearing from an individual working on the project. That's really going to build connection and make people want to get involved as well. I realise we've got a couple of minutes left. I might whip round very quickly. I'll start with you, Isabel. If you're looking ahead in terms of where you see the greatest potential to grow this project over the coming years, what would be your sort of ask, or what would be your sort of thought on that?
I would say that we live in a year where the young students and young people think that nature and agriculture maybe is not so needed. So if we can grow these projects in school with younger children, with potager or something that shows that seeds are needed, so that we can get food in a little scale and then show them in a large scale without losing showing them that we must take care of nature and also participate. I would say that I would be very happy if we could go to schools and show children from 5-6 years that they can participate in this.
Amazing. What a great ambition to have. Sylvia, I'll say the same to you. What would, for you, be the greatest potential you see with this project in the coming years?
As Isabel said, I think we we are now working with college students. If we can go a bit earlier,
Yeah.
I think it would be great, because it's a mindset that we need to change. So thinking about the future, we need to start just with young children. Yes.
And embedding it in those young minds, that's when they're going to develop those relationships right from the off. And this lastly, a final word from yourself. For you, in terms of the greatest potential for this project in the coming years, what do you see?
I believe it's about getting our students and outsider students, maybe from University of Lisbon, to get to know us. And if they want to, and if they have the opportunity, they have the open doors. We don't deny anyone. We just want to make people understand that producing healthy food and quality food, it's important, and we need it. We cannot forget that agriculture is the base of everything. It's the base of life. Like seeds is where the life begins. Agriculture is the base of everything. Without it, we wouldn't be anywhere.
What an empowering way to round up the panel. Thank you so much to all of you for sharing about this fantastic project. If you're hearing about this for the first time, make sure you do catch up with them afterwards, see how you can support, collaborate, help them to carry out some of these ambitions moving forward. But thank you so much for sharing today, and to our audience online and in the studio, thank you for your time too.
Thank you.